Welcome back. If you are one of the many people with tomato plants on your desk or in your garden, it's a really busy time. Odds are your kitchen is overflowing with tomatoes. But our foodie queen is here to help you use them up. Audience, give it up for Stephanie Hansen. Live at her cabin, somewhere in northern Minnesota, where she's been busy harvesting and preserving tomatoes. Look at you.
So many tomatoes, Jason. When I came, I probably had 200 that were mostly green, and I have about 30 left, and you can see they're in varying degrees of ripeness. So I wait until they get ripe, and then I quickly can them and make all the things.
Okay, and then I'm looking at those cans now. I'm seeing more than tomatoes. What else do you got there?
Okay,
that was
so
a very
I also
Minnesotan thing to
dilly
say.
beans,
What else do you got there?
Which is the first year I've done these.
Yeah.
I have green tomato salsa because, again, I had so many green tomatoes, I had to think of what to do with them. And then something I'm really excited about is, the truth is, I'm not great at canning pickles. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm not great at it. So
really?
I've discovered a great refrigerator pickle recipe that requires no canning necessarily. You use vinegar and water and some spices, and then you put all your vegetables in there, and then you turn the jar upside down, and you leave it in the refrigerator like that for about a week, and then you flip it right side up, and it'll last in your refrigerator for a month. So these big pickles right here were refrigerator canned, and these were also refrigerator canned, these cucumbers.
Steph, what is it about the pickle process? What is it about the pickle process that you can't wrap? What can't you wrap your head around?
I don't know. I don't know. But what ends up happening when I make pickles with canning is they get soggy, and they don't have the crisp. And what people will tell you is well, you need the canning and pickling spices that has the salt and has the citric acid in it. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the kind of pickle or the kind of cucumbers I grow, I just don't get a good result. So if I refrigerator can, which frankly is easier, and I'm all about ease. Canning is hard, it takes work, it's all this boiling of things down. So I have really kind of idiot-proofed it so that it doesn't take a lot of time. I can do it in a span of a week, because I have a pretty big garden and I want to harvest everything.
What is that thing that looks right in the middle? What are those green beans or asparagus right there? That, right? What's that?
These are green beans, and putting these in a Bloody Mary or on a charcuterie board is fantastic. I actually grew a new kind of bean this year. They're called long beans, and they end up being 2 fingers lengths, so I can put them in the big jars.
Ew. Ew. Those are because the audience and I looked at those. I was like, those are no. Aaron Rodgers saw those in that spacecraft. Those are no green bean I've ever seen in my life, lady.
They're very large, but they're perfect for pickling, and they have really delicious peas inside them, and they're quite good. Something I'm excited about this year, Jace, look at these little cuties. So these are what we call confit tomatoes. Now this is just a fancy term for I roasted them in olive oil with garlic and thyme, and then you put them in a jar, and you can put them in the refrigerator and they'll last for a long time, or you can freeze them in the oil. I've done that too. I have 5 cans in the freezer. And you just scoop it out and put it on bread, or you can put it over pasta, or if you're making risotto, it's delicious. It's a really awesome way to have a quick weeknight meal.
Steph, I'm going to pause here because I see your beautiful cast iron pans behind you. Isn't that, that's just a general suggestion. Everybody should have a nice set of cast irons, shouldn't they? They're just great.
They should, and I think Jeff, our producer, is kind of obsessed with how you season it. So he gave me the idea to do a TikTok, and I did, about seasoning my pan, and I think it's been seen a couple thousand times. It's funny, people that don't use cast iron, they get excited about washing them, and they scrub and scrub and scrub, and then sometimes you get rust stains on them. This particular line of pans is Wagner is the brand name, and they're pretty valuable. They were from like a great grandma, and we treat these with love, but we cook in them all the time at the cabin, and we just make sure they're seasoned.
Yeah, I bake my biscuits in those when I have a cast iron pan, like a sheet pan that I love, that I cherish. Give me one more.
Perfect.
Give me one more vegetable. We have like a minute left. What else are you loving there? What's another?
Okay, another thing that I'm excited about is chutney. Now, what I did is I took the late season rhubarb and I took just a little bit of it and I mixed it with apples and cinnamon and some green tomatoes again, because I'm trying to find ways to use up these green tomatoes, and a little brown sugar and some clove. And it's a delicious seasoning and like a jam that you can pour over like goat cheese for a charcuterie board. So this was something new this year. I have 15 cans of this, so I'll bring you one. But I'm gonna put this on cheese boards all fall. And also you could add a little coconut milk and some chicken and some rice in an Instant Pot and make a quick curry. It's chutney, it's delicious.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of uses for that little can. Okay, so we have more tomato ideas with Stephanie live from her cabin when we come back. Stay right there. Welcome back. Talking to the studio audience about my cooking skills there in the break. Stephanie Hansen is back helping us use up all those tomatoes and other summer produce. Okay, my love, you have one of your legendary Hansen hacks, and this one is about how to store tomatoes, right?
Yes, because it's harvest time, right? And maybe you have so many that you don't know what to do with them, or you go to the farmer's market and you get a big bushel. So don't be afraid to just literally throw tomatoes like this into Ziploc bags in the freezer. You don't have to core them, you don't have to take the skins off, nothing. Just throw them in the freezer. And then when you're ready to make sauce, you can just boil them down and you can just fish the skins out and fish the cores out. And it's way easier than all the cutting the X in the tomato and the skinning and the chopping. So that's one good way to use a lot of tomatoes at once, is to make like a big sauce.
Wait a minute. So I just want to make sure we heard you. You just throw no fuss, you just throw the tomatoes in a big Ziploc bag, put those darn things in the freezer, pull them out, boil them, and then fish the crap out, and then we're good to go.
100%. And if you want like a smoother sauce, you can immersion blend it. If you want a thicker sauce, you could put in tomato paste. But I am so lazy, Jason. I a lot of times just cut these in half and roast them and blend that up. That's what this sauce is right here that I'll use all winter long. It's just blended tomatoes.
Okay.
That's all.
A couple things. We have a few more minutes. First of all, do me a favor. Turn around. Pull out from your refrigerator the oddest thing you have in there. Give me.
Okay.
Give me. Right, just go pull out something. Give me the strangest thing you have in your refrigerator or freezer. And knowing you, it's probably like a fish head or.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, this is something that I don't know what it is, because I'm here with my niece for her wedding this weekend.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
She's having 40 people over tonight, and she's making Janice's potato salad, which is our famous potato salad recipe. It's in the True North Cabin Cookbook, and you can find it on my website too. But I think she's making potatoes for 40 people.
Oh, wow, for 40?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, do you still not have indoor plumbing?
No, we don't have indoor plumbing here. You know that, Jace. We use the outhouse.
Yeah, no. That's why I will never go to Stephanie's cabin.
Never invited.
Yeah.
Do you want one more quick tomato hack for storing
Really quick,
tomatoes?
yeah, really quick.
Take tape. The best way to store tomatoes is upside down on what we call their shoulders. But you can tape the little stems and leave them upside down, and they'll last like a 10 out of 10. They'll last for weeks, just with that little piece of tape. I don't know why it works, and I'm too lazy to do it, but it apparently really does work.
It's a great tip, Steph. Great, yeah. Hey, really quick before we go, I want to say congratulations to my friend. I woke her up last Friday with the news. That woman right there has been nominated for multiple Emmy Awards, everyone.
We're so excited. Aren't you excited, Jace? We are both nominated.
Yeah, you're nominated. How do you feel? Now legally, when I introduce you, I have to say Emmy nominee Stephanie Hansen.
I feel like it's a dream come true. I feel like Julia Child got into TV when she was in her 50s, and I feel like I'm arriving.
Yes, you are. As you said, I'll say what you said to me back to you. I'm glad I'm in your orbit. So I love you, sweetie. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, you guys. It's been
Bye,
great.
sweetheart. All the recipes Stephanie talked about today are on her website, stephaniesdish.com. She also has, I think, like 14 more recipes for you. We're also going to post the full segment on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Just search for Jason Show TV. The Brits and a cow when we return.